Alright guys, so today I'm taking a look at some light bulbs. These are LED. They are 10 watt and they can range from 2800 Kelvin to 6000 Kelvin, so you have a good range there. 800 lumen, and I've owned a lot and I still own a lot of different ones. This is probably one of the heaviest I've ever owned, so as far as the construction, it is the most solid I think I've ever owned. So doesn't surprise me though. I own a lot of products from this company and they tend to be really good. I've had no problems with them, been very pleased with them. Now with these you can get more than one, more than a 2-pack, which is what I have here. You get a 4-pack if you want, but with these you are supposed to use the Smart Life app or Toya, and that's T-U-Y-A. That's what I use, and the reason I use that is simply because I already have it on my phone. It's the same app essentially with very little difference, made by the same people. Toya makes Smart Life, so not a big deal. No reason to have multiple apps that do the exact same job on the phone. So anyway, this should last a really long time, being LED, and it should be very cheap. So it just comes in this little box, and it actually has kind of like lighting information, like a nutritional label on food, so that's kind of cool. And I think it's like 22 years and $1.20 a day, or a year to operate, but that really depends on what you're paying. That's based on 11-cent kilowatt hour rating. And it comes with a little user manual in case you need it. Basically all you do is plug it up, turn it off and on a few times, usually about 3 or 4 times. You'll see it start flashing. Scan. Once you scan, you can actually then have it automatically be picked up on your network. It only works on the 2.4 gigahertz network, which is common. Range is really good. I've had no issues with that. And you can control it with your voice through your smart assistant, whether you're using an Amazon Echo or Google type assistant, things like that. So other than that, you can set timers and schedules and everything, and you can see that light. It's pretty intense. So that's the app right there, and you can see across the top there are 3 options. Those are pre-programmed, basically 25, 50, and 75%, so you can automatically jump between those. Or you have brightness and color temperature. You can slide, and that just gonna vary the actual light's brightness and color temperature as expected. The center right here is just the button to turn it off and on. You can obviously name it whatever you want, and across the bottom you have the 4 different buttons, and the first button is going to be what you're looking at right now as far as the screen goes. The second button is going to be like a color palette, so if you want to dial in whatever color it is you prefer, you can do that. Also turn it off and on, adjust the brightness and the saturation, so depending on how much color saturation you want. I usually kind of leave it on maximum. Brightness I may adjust sometimes, but that's personal preference. But you can see it's very quick and responsive. You can see it's altering really quickly, and there are some preset colors and things that you play with at the top. Next you have some scenes, which are sort of predetermined, pre-programmed, and that is where you can set up like a certain brightness, a certain saturation, a certain color, all those type of things, and have them in these already presets, and you can add your own if you like. And other than that, the last thing is going to be schedule, left time, wake up mode, sleep mode. I don't really use those, but schedule, obviously you can have it turned off and on at certain times. Left time is like a countdown timer. Wake up mode, I believe that is going to be like a gradual increase of, that's what it looks like, of the brightness, and the sleep mode is the opposite, it's a decrease. But depending upon what app you use, that might vary just a little bit. But again, Toya and Smart Life are essentially the same apps. I just don't see any reason to have the same app duplicated on the phone when they do the exact same job, made by the same people. So you choose what works best for you. If you already have a smart home setup, utilize whatever you're already using. It's probably going to work, and it works really quickly. So yeah, no complaints. Again, they are very, very heavy. I don't know that they're so heavy that it would create any kind of problems like in certain fixtures, but I just wanted to note, you know, that usually is a good sign of quality and good materials. But overall, range is good, functionality and response is very good, and the company's always been very good with their other products, so I suspect these will be the same. But that's pretty much it. Kind of covered all the real basics and everything. Adding it is very, very simple. So that's all I wanted to share with you really quickly, and I will leave a link below. You can find out more. Check that out. Read anything that I may have missed, which I think I covered pretty much everything that's important. But otherwise, thanks for watching. See you around.